We're several weeks into the Widowmaker project and we've had some great progress.
Mate, this is great news. This thing's going to go.
We've had some big wins and we've had some fair few dramas as well.
We sandblasted the engine and I think sand go into one of the compartments, which is really bad. So now we're going to rip the engine down and start from scratch, rebuild it, and I have no idea how to do it.
This is the Hellbear Garage.
So now the engine's in a million pieces. I've had a really good look through it. There was no sand in it. There's now some of the engine here, some of the engine over here, and then a whole lot of engine components here, here, there, and down there. It was pretty fun actually. So now the process is giving it all a really good clean up, masking things off and painting them up with a nice little wrinkle paint like the bike had on itself from standard. So let's get stuck into it and see what we can make this thing into. Hey! Got all the bits back from Charlie's, have a look. They cleaned up pretty good in the magic tank. So we just need to sand that up. And just look at all the bits. We'll sand all these up now, just give them a scuff and we'll paint them gloss black. And I've got a bit of a job for you.
Yep.
If you wouldn't mind, just sorting all that out into groups of the same bolts, please.
Okay. Can I just put them in, if it's the same bolt but a different size?
Perfect, just chuck those in one area.
Okay. You know what? I quit.
Hey Lex, you sorting them bolts?
No, Chip, can you sort the parts for me?
What are you doing? I thought that you were sorting through the bolts.
I'm not sorting through the dumb bolts.
What do you mean the dumb bolts? This is what's going to put the bike back together.
I didn't sign the contract to do this.
Is that right?
I didn't sign the contract to do these bolts.
Well, who's going to do the bolts? Chip?
You.
Oh, what are you going to do?
Nothing.
Typical 8-year-old. We'll sort the bolts out together later. Let's go sandblast some stuff. This is a sandblaster, right? It's why you're wearing that, because it'll go in your eyes if you don't. It takes a bit to get going. Don't aim it anywhere, but just at the frame, because we want to contain the sand here.
Is it loud?
Right, now we open the sand valve a bit, let some sand through. There you go.
Okay. I kind of look like a Ghostbuster because it's like a big tornado of dust. Once it leaks, it just goes everywhere and hurts.
So I've done a fair bit of research on the Harley belt drive, and silly old me, before I checked the belt profile and the sizes available, I went and had a rear sprocket designed for the axle of the drift trike, and then have had some great conversations with the belt manufacturers and worked out that Harley actually have their own belt profile that no one can copy. So finding a really short belt like I need is pretty close to impossible unless I go and redesign a front sprocket as well to a new profile and have that machine. So the best option for us is to actually do a chain conversion away from the belt. So we're going to pull this off, order a new sprocket here, and then just make a chain to the correct length that we require and find a rear sprocket that will adapt to that. So bit of a bummer. I really wanted a belt drive, but it is what it is. What's that you've exposed? Oh, it's pretty rusty, huh? Just always, tilt it a little bit so it only uses one side. See how it goes round and round on you? If you keep it just slightly tilted, just a little bit, it's only using one side then and it won't go round in circles. Well, this was fun for the first 5 minutes. Couple hours in, one side done, one side still to go. Back to it. Well, after a fair bit of elbow grease and a lot of sanding, tank's brand new, look at that. Had to go pretty deep to get the rust out of it. I like the look of it all natural, but we better chuck a coat of undercoat on this to stop the rust coming back. But before I do that, got a fair bit of cleaning to do inside there to get rid of all the debris, and then we should be good to go. Had to fire across to the team at Harley Heaven down there in Dandenong and pick myself up some Harley Davidson specialty tools. The amount of specialty tools that you need to rebuild an engine is pretty significant, so we're trying to make do with as little as we possibly can. But I got this big socket to get the belt sprocket off on the end of the snap-on rattle gun, so we'll see if that's got enough pepper to get her off. There we go. Awesome.
So the painting process is you have to do one layer, then you wait a couple hours for it to completely dry.
How's it coming along? Move around to this side.
Do a couple more layers, and then once that's finished, you can use the heat blower or something to blow on it with the heat gun, and then you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah, a little bit too much in one spot. Remember how I say to keep moving? Move, sweep. Yeah.
It was actually, it wasn't that hard. It was actually more fun than it wasn't hard.
So in an ideal world, you'd probably take these components to a paint shop and have it done professionally. Still not moving enough. Stop. So you can just spray one spot, it goes a little bit much. Can I give you a demo once more? But for me, we just need to get the job done and get it looking $1 million, if we can, right here in the Hellbent garage.
You go spray, stop, spray, stop.
I'll need to go like that as well.
That's what technique I use while painting.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll just rotate the cylinder for you, and you use that same technique. Yeah. Woo! No, you change techniques again.
My mum got pretty mad because we ruined a brand new set of jeans. The most satisfying part was trying to get it off. We couldn't get it off.
Would I give it an A+? The fashion that everyone's blacking everything out. So all the engine, wheels are black, all the bolts and nuts and absolutely everything on the Harleys these days are getting blacked out. So I like black, so we got stuck into painting everything. We didn't even machine the cooling fins on the engine or anything like the factory bikes. We left everything black. Lex man!
Yeah?
Check this out. I got some parts from our brother from another mother. Owen Kelly, know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're friends with his boy Hudson. Look what he's got us. This is the back end. Look how wide that is. That's a bit wider than your go-kart tyre, isn't it? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
He's got these cool little baby sprint cars that he builds.
Sprint cars?
Yeah, and they've got a 450cc engine just like that. And I thought these would be the perfect parts for the back end. What do you think of this sword? Yeah, this is, you know what this is?
It's like from my go-kart. It's the back bit.
The back bit, the axle. Right, so I'll put it there where we won't scratch it. Here's the other tyre. And then check these rims out, mate. Look at this. Come on, hop up and have a look. We've got to work out how to put that tyre, that rim in that tyre. And let's cut this other tyre open and we'll just use this frame for now. We'll just sit it at the back.
Cut a tyre open?
See this seat? I made this when I was a little boy at school in Mildura.
I know.
Sit on that, that's about the height. And then...
I'm gonna have to do that if I want to drive it.
we'll have one wheel about there, leave it, and the other one about the other. Yes, she's taken shape. If you put your feet out here, about there, handlebars about here.
No, I'm not going to ride this.
Well, who's going to test it if you're not? Me? No, it's too dangerous. You test it.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
You're the driver.
No.
Oh, well,
No.
I'll try.
No.
What if I sit on it?
No.
Me?
No.
Chipper?
No.
Who then?
You.
Yeah, look.
Bye.
What do you think?
Good.
You're giving me no feedback, mate.
It's good. You're doing a great job, mate.
Chip's just stolen the masking tape. Lex is not helping. Normal day. Well, working in the Hellbent garage and making the Widowmaker is not the only thing we do. Lex loves to go-kart, so we chucked the go-kart in the trailer and we got a couple of races under our belt. Roll out wide, every lap.
My weekend away karting was very good. I actually went to Mildura Kart Club and I went to Swan Hill as well. I like how it's just a different experience to what I normally do, and like it's a new thing for me.
Dealing with problems. We come for a quick test and then check in early to the little motel and relax. Now the sun's setting and we're trying to find the issue. It's good fun though, but we need to get to the bottom of it before tomorrow. The driver's not happy with his mechanic.
I think Dad is a 50-50 mechanic. Dad has given me quite a few driving tips, just to go faster in the corners and stuff like that. I actually, in fact, got 2 races at, I got at Mildura Kart Club and I got at Swan Hill, both second place. If we had a kart race, I reckon he would win, because he retired 2 years ago, so. Dirty dogs get the dirty results. How fast do I go? I think about 90. I would like to thank Carolyn for giving me a kart to race, and for my sponsors Castrol for bringing me out here with this beautiful kart. You're building toys and stuff like that. It's more fun than racing, because then you get to test it and then you get the results.
Well, there you go, successful weekend for us. Didn't get much done in the Hellbent garage, but we did get a couple of races done. We're going to head back to the Hellbent garage and get a little bit done on the Widowmaker. Okay, so as we know, we've decided to go with a chain drive rather than belt drive because we couldn't find a belt that was suitable. So I've got a chain conversion happening here. So we've got rid of the pulley for the belt. We've got a sprocket for a chain here ready to go, which is good. We've got a couple of small issues to deal with. It's a 530 chain. It's a 530 sprocket. The back sprocket's a 520, so slightly narrower, but that's okay. And now we're going to torque the nut on to hold the sprocket. So a little bit of oil on the back of the nut that we're going to put on here, some red thread locker in there, and then torque this thing up to 100 foot-pounds on the snap-on torque wrench, and then we're going to undo it slightly and then tighten it back up again, which is what the instructions say in the service manual. So that it doesn't fly off the bench and we can hold it, I've put the chain on with a couple of clamps, and then if you just have a look down here, Lex, we've got the chain running down off the sprocket, down the bench, down here with a ratchet strap, holding it in. See if it works. Alrighty, here we go. Nut. Little nut. The clamp's not holding the gearbox on the bench, and as I turn it, it's trying to pull me that way.
I'll hold it for you. You're really pulling the chain now.
Got it.
Cool.
Let's check the next instruction. Well, trying to throw the crankcase back together. Got the balancer shaft housing here to put together. Got some little retaining tools that I need to use. And this line right here, for me, is a little bit concerning. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Well, I'm probably gonna have to go watch TV then.